The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Thursday, June 3rd. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, the Savage One, Mr. Tony Spark. Tony, how you doing this morning?
Doing great, man. It is Thursday, ready for another fun episode. Stoked that the Avalanche won in overtime last night. So we got 2-0 over your Nevada or Vegas Golden Knights there. So
Ooh,
I don't know if they're yours, but since you're in Nevada, so.
I'm going to slowly start adopting them. I'll wait till they lose so that way I jump on the bandwagon afterwards because, they've been sort of dominant over the last couple seasons.
They've been really good, but it's awesome to see. I don't dislike the Golden Knights by no means. I just obviously more of an Avs guy, so.
All right. Really, I couldn't tell by the Avs hoodie or the hat or.
Yep, got to support, man.
Exactly.
Fun times, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I wish I could get a little bit more into hockey, but I think I've said it in the past that watching it on TV just isn't as exciting as actually being there. Yeah,
I agree. It's more fun in person. The more you watch it, the more fun it gets. So you eventually, I don't know, if it's your thing, you just kind of go to it. Because I used to be the same way. I used to be like, yeah, it's not really for me. But, you adopt it. You start watching it, and you're like, it's not bad. So,
especially if your team is, obviously in there in the playoffs winning, it makes it a little bit more engaging than if you're just a casual fan.
Exactly. So,
well,
you got to enjoy the sports stuff, minus the Rockies. That's although they've been on a win streak, which is weird, but
it won't last long.
No, still not enough to pull them out of their hole that they put themselves in. So
exactly. Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host. Tony, you had mentioned in the past in high school you had thought about going into journalism, maybe becoming a reporter. How deep would you go into a situation to get a story if you had become a journalist?
Well, if I got really into it, I was kind of hoping to just be a sports journalist. So, so I guess go deep in that respect would be to travel with the team, be all over the place to report them. But I think I know where you're going with it. But as far as like pretend I'm somebody else and infiltrate and stuff, probably not that deep. But
okay, all right.
Yeah.
You won't be going to any war zones anytime soon. Anything along those lines, right?
No, not for me, man. It's a little too hardcore.
Well, all that goes to say that one radio reporter went all the way to get a scoop on a swingers club near Copenhagen when she had sex with a man she was interviewing. Louise Fisher, 26, can be heard moaning during the on-the-record intercourse, part of a 2-minute segment that aired on Radio 4 in Denmark. I don't have a boyfriend. That definitely made it a lot easier, Fisher told the German publication. My mother just thinks it's funny and laughs. My father thought it was really cool. The X-rated segment focused on the reopening of a swingers club named Swingland in Ishøj after the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions, and Fisher discussed the reactions to her unorthodox interview style. Most of them were very positive. They thought it was brave and cool, she reportedly said. Others think that I've crossed a line in journalism. A Thursday tweet from Radio 4 linked the segment. Warning, it got hot and wet for both our reporter and the guests, the tweet stated. At one point during the segment, full of the sounds of bodies slapping, the journalist asks the man she is having sex with if he can tell her what he's seen, and he responds, "A delicious woman." The English language Copenhagen Post reported. It hadn't been the plan ahead of the report to participate in the club, report said. Tina Craiglin, Radio 4's head of news, told BT that the station approved the move. "I feel like I just think it's cool when the reporters try to make the stories in a different way," she said. Apparently in Copenhagen, they think everything is cool. Her dad thought it was cool. She thought it was cool. Another reporter thought it was cool. But that's one way to get a scoop for sure.
Definitely didn't see it going that way, man. So I said, I think I know where you're going with that. Did not see that one coming. But yeah, I guess if you're into that, I don't know. As far as a reporter, maybe that's something you do like after. I don't know.
Hey, she was trying to get an in-the-moment scoop. Obviously, it was a radio interview, and I will post this on our Facebook page if you want to check it out. You can listen to the whole interview, and it's happening for sure.
It's the scoop.
Yeah, that it is.
Ah, geez Louise.
What a way to start out a Thursday.
There you go.
Speaking of Thursday, we've got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
The third day, all right? Monday, 1 day. Tuesday, 2 day. Wednesday, when? Huh? What day? Thursday. The third day, okay?
It is Thursday, the third day, and as we do on Thursdays, it's my favorite segment of the week. Yes, we're talking America's penis and the strange things that happen down there. It's Florida Man. We've got a segment called Dad Jokes, the new batch, and we close out the day with This Day in History. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude, cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box.
Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIX media.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show. We've got a little thing we talk about each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you're a journalist who went that extra mile for a swingers club scoop. We want to hear about it. Give us a call at 855-Fenix Radio. That's 855-FENIX RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, it is Thursday, and as we do on Thursdays, we like to explore America's penis and the strange things that happen down there with my favorite segment titled Florida Man.
Are you here with us?
The male erection? Pitching a tent, sporting wood, bicycles formed, marches on.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Stiffy, Mr. Mortis. Rigor mortis is set in. Flesh rocket, Jack's Magic Beanstalk, Tall Tommy, Mushroom on a Stick, Mr. Mushroom Head, Purple-Headed Yogurt Slinger, and Pedro.
Pedro?
Love that soundbite.
Always fun, man. So going down to Florida this week, we are headed down to, looks like, Hollandale Beach, Florida is where we'll start this week as police are investigating after a man was reported to have left feces and yelled anti-Semitic remarks toward a rabbi outside a synagogue in Florida on Saturday. Cell phone video captured the suspect barefoot and screaming on an electric bicycle towards a rabbi at the Shabbat of South Broward Synagogue in Hollandale Beach, Florida. Hollandale Beach Captain Shana Dobby Donovan, that's a hard name to say, said the suspect also emptied a bag of feces at the synagogue and returned later to spit at the menorah near the building. An unidentified woman said that she witnessed it. She witnessed the suspect while picking up her daughter at the synagogue and followed him after he dumped the feces. We're always going to be here. We're never going to leave. We always are going to be courageous for the people who have died for our families before it. The separate incident in the same synagogue involved a man reported rocks being thrown at him while leaving the building. It seems that every time there's an uprising or a situation globally, nationally, we are the target. So it just seems like an anti-Semitic one. I clicked on it just because it said Florida man yells feces and yells at a rabbi. But more political crap tied with that one. So, yeah. So we'll move on.
I was going to say, I got a kick out of the fact that you pronounced synagogue 4 different ways throughout that article.
Awesome. Yeah, synagogue, synuji. A nearly naked Florida woman was arrested Sunday after leading troopers on a high-speed chase spanning several counties. Rachel Lynn Stefanich, 24, of Plant City, was flagged down by Highway Patrol in a 2009 Cadillac sedan she was accused of stealing. But rather than stopping, she sped off at 110 miles per hour along I-75 through Hernando County and into Pasco County, where officers rammed her. Pictures showed the Cadillac tangled up in a wired fence down a grass embankment with a cop car just behind. Stefanovich came to a halt after the tactical maneuver was arrested for grand theft auto, reckless driving, fleeing, and eluding possession of methamphetamine and driving while having her license suspended. She was booked into Hernando County, where her status is unknown, the Tampa Bay Times report. Highway Patrol said Rachel Lynn Stefanovich of Plant City was nearly fully unclothed, was immediately taken into custody, arrested for grand theft auto, reckless driving, fleeing, eluding, possession of meth, and driving while suspended. I don't know why I repeated that twice, maybe just to put in the naked portion. But, yeah, you know, Sadly, what could have been a good-looking young lady has given her life to meth and will eventually become Uncle or Dr. Cracky here with the next few months.
Oh, good for you.
That's right. Never try meth. Just one time. We go to Pinellas County, Florida, where a Florida woman lunged from the back seat of the back seat and attacked her Uber driver, biting, choking, and scratching the man, leaving him bloodied. Records show Michelle Stilwell of St. Petersburg was in an Uber around 4:45 p.m. on Saturday when she started choking the driver while he was behind the wheel, first using her hands, then her arms in the unprovoked attack. Deputies say the victim tried to pull over, but Stilwell crawled onto the center console and bit the back of his neck hard enough to tear the flesh and leave a bloody wound. Stilwell is accused of scratching the victim across his chest, leaving a red mark. She continued to scratch, claw, bite, choke the victim from behind as he struggled to defend himself. At some point, the attack, Stilwell slapped the victim's phone out of his hand as he was attempting to call 911. Deputies said witnesses saw what was happening and pulled Stilwell off the victim until authorities arrived. Stillwell, 55, is facing charges of battery, tampering with the witness. She is bonded out of Pinellas County Jail. Wow.
Way to go, a-hole!
Yes! Ubers!
Rare we get back-to-back Florida woman stories.
There is a lot of Florida women on this last few days, but we are going back to Florida man on this one as we go to Collier County, Florida, where a 48-year-old Lakeland man was arrested driving under the influence of alcohol, possession of cocaine on Monday morning. Marty Martinez was found sleeping behind the wheel of a pickup truck on the side of I-75. The deputy said he opened the truck driver's side door and woke Martinez up. He saw white powdery substance on Martinez's nose and noticed a strong smell of whiskey coming from his breath. Martinez allegedly had bloodshot water eyes while speaking slurred Spanish and had trouble performing tasks. When the deputy asked Martinez to get out of the vehicle, he forgot to put the car in park and rolled it forward. The deputy had to put the vehicle in park so Martinez could exit. After failing multiple sobriety tests, the deputy arrested Martinez under probable cause for driving under the influence of alcohol and drugs. The deputy used 2 handcuffs to detain Martinez, citing concerns for comfort. While Martinez was in the back of the patrol car, the deputy watched as he took multiple phone calls and then pulled 2 baggies of white powdery substance out of his pockets. As the deputy was completing the paperwork, Martinez shoved both bags up his anus. After being transported to Naples Jail Center, Martinez was required to do a strip search where the baggies were recovered by the deputies. A drug test confirmed the substance was cocaine. A search in Martinez's truck found another baggie of cocaine and a bag of marijuana, the worst of all the drugs. Martinez was arrested for DUI, possession of cocaine, evidence tampering. He was also cited for careless driving, improper tag display, open container of an alcoholic beverage. Man, that guy that guy was just coming off of a banger of a night. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
All right, we're going to a town that I'm inquiring about, Melbourne, Florida, where a Brevard County woman faces multiple charges after reportedly trying to kiss strangers before calling 911 on an establishment that kicked her out last week. Melbourne police responded to the Monkey Bar on North Highway just before 11 p.m. on May 12th to find 32-year-old Audra Adams of West Melbourne in the parking lot. Police were called by the restaurant's owner to have Adams trespassed after she spent the evening going around the bar trying to kiss random people. After being kicked out of the Monkey Bar 5 times, she called the police 5 times to report. After being kicked out of the Monkey Bar, Adams called 911 5 times to report the restaurant for not following social distancing guidelines. So this is right before it all got lifted, I'm assuming. Police asked Adams multiple times to leave the property, which she replied, "Nope, I'll sit in the parking lot all night." She was charged with breach of peace, disorderly conduct, misuse of the 911 system, resisting arrest without violence, and trespassing after warning. Adams has since been released from the Brevard County Jail on bond. Guess there will be no kissing for this crazy lady.
Isn't that weird?
Another Florida woman this week, huh?
Yeah.
But here we go to Florida man, where he goes after Florida woman at McDonald's. A Florida man pelted his girlfriend in the head and face with sweet and sour sauce packet Sunday because he was angry she had bought the wrong food from McDonald's. Jesus Oscar Ferrier Jr. attacked his girlfriend, with whom he has a child, in the couple's motel room in Tampa. A struggle ensued, and Ferrier allegedly pinned his girlfriend to the ground. He placed his palm on her face and pressed her head into the ground using his body weight. By the time officers arrived, Ferrier had fled the motel, according to the complaint. He was arrested and booked in Pasco County Jail on the charge of felony battery. He made the initial court appearance Monday. Ferrier was charged with battery earlier this year on the same woman at another motel. He pleaded no contest, misdemeanor, was sentenced to time served, and paid $750 fines and court costs. What a winner. Get so mad over the wrong food at McDonald's. Just keep going back to that guy, and then you're going to end up in worse news than that. Jeez Louise. There you go.
You are really dumb. For real.
So dumb that we're going to Valrico, Florida, where a man is facing a manslaughter charge after deputies see he accidentally shot and killed a woman during an act of foreplay on Sunday. Andrew Shinault allegedly shot the woman in her upper body with his registered handgun around 12:30 p.m. The two were engaging in an act of foreplay involving a gun. The woman in her 20s was taken to Brandon Regional Hospital, where she later died. Shinault was charged with manslaughter with a weapon. He was booked into the Orient Road Jail on a $50,000 bond. Like, why would you introduce that to your love life? Like, I'm going to bang. What is he going to say? I'm going to bang you. And then.
And make sure that it's unloaded, at the very least.
Yeah. Idiot, man. Speaking of idiots.
Good for you.
Let's go to New Smyrna. I can't say that one. New Smyrna Beach. I probably butchered that one. A Florida man is behind bars after he attempted to steal an airplane at New Smyrna Beach Airport so he could fly to California to meet his girlfriend while carrying 500 grams of marijuana. On Saturday, officers were alerted that a stolen vehicle had been found at the airport, and while in process of locating the vehicle, officers were flagged down by a man who said that his vehicle was stolen. The victim told officers that a man unknown jumped him in the back of his truck and offered $1,000 for a ride. The man then got out of the truck but left a grinder, scale, and cell phone behind. At the same time, sorry, my thing scrolled up. The victim told, I lost my train of thought. Dang it. By the time the officers reached the tarmac, the man was sitting in the right seat of the aircraft when officers approached him. He again asked if they knew how to fly the airplane. The man then jumped from the emergency exit window of the plane and was detained by officers. After the man, identified as 22-year-old Robert Steinstra, was secured in the back of a patrol car, officers returned to the plane, took his duffel bag into evidence. Officers said they found his ID, sunglasses, headphone, cigarros, 2 lighters, a pocket knife, and a laptop. A glass pipe was also found, tested positive for meth. Next to the duffel bag, a container holding marijuana was also found. Again, this deadliest of all drugs. The defendant stated he purchased the aircraft for $20,000 cash. He was going to fly to California to meet his girlfriend. He advised he did not have paperwork, did not know the person he bought it from. The defendant stated he was let onto the airfield by security. It should be known there was no security at the airport. While being processed, he told officers that he was the manager of a medical marijuana dispensary and he was transporting the marijuana to California. Investigators say nearly 500 grams of marijuana was on him and he illegally trespassed. He was taken into Volusia County Jail on grand theft, possession of paraphernalia, trespassing of an airport, possession of cannabis, and leaving the scene of a crash involving damage. He is being held on a bond of $30,500, and that is just another day in the land of Florida with the crazies.
Way to go, a-hole!
Oh, man, I wish I could have seen that whole thing play out, him jumping out of the emergency exit. It would have been just so much fun to watch. But folks,
right, crazy movie, man.
Yep, that does do it for Florida Man. When we come back, we've got a segment called Dad Jokes, the new batch. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a few.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's gonna teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm gonna do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency. Who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show, and we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, if you want to watch us from the comfort of your own home or on the go, you can download the ngbn.tv app on your smart TV or mobile device. And from there, find the Fenix Media channel. You can get this show and other great Fenix Media shows as well. If you want to get a hold of me on social, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Fenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram and Twitter at Fenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony Spark. That's SPARK 81. I almost spelled out Tony, but everybody knows.
Yeah, TonySpark.
Or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. Now in this segment, we're going to be taking a look at some new batches of dad jokes that have come out. Some of them are good, some of them are terrible. I'm a dad. I find most of them funny because I appreciate a good dad joke. Tony, you're an uncle, so you may appreciate it as well. I'm going to throw these down, see if they pass the test tone. So give it either a metaphorical thumbs up or thumbs down based on what you think of the joke. So
okay.
Let's go ahead and get into dad jokes. This first one comes from user Dawdlin1 says, my landlord texted saying we need to meet up and talk about how high my heating bill is. I replied back, sure, my door is always open. I can actually relate to that one. It is hot as hell here, and we try to keep the doors open when it's cool, but you see the wordplay there.
Yeah, definitely. Good wordplay, though.
Speaking of wordplay, let's move on with our next dad joke. This from Nandos677 says, I think the girl at the airline's check-in just threatened me. She looked me dead in the eye and said, window or aisle? I laughed in her face and replied, window or you'll what?
All right, that one's okay. That wasn't bad.
Boom shakalaka!
Yeah, like I get it. You know, I'm sure the average, like at first when you hear it, you're like, huh? But aisle, yeah.
It helps if you know it's a joke. If it's just somebody saying it in a sentence, maybe it doesn't make so much sense, but
right.
It's the way it goes. All right, this next one, as far as dad jokes, the new batch, Professor F, not X, he didn't get that far. He's only Professor F, says, my dad died when we couldn't remember his blood type. As he died, he kept insisting, be positive, but it's hard without him.
All right.
The cream of the crop!
That was pretty good.
All right.
A good dad joke. It wasn't really the cream of the crop. That just happened to be the soundbite right there.
Well, when it comes to dad jokes, I mean, the bar is pretty low, so.
Right.
This next one, as far as dad jokes, the new batch from Archipelago Mind says, I told my daughter, go to bed, the cows are sleeping in the field. She said, what's that got to do with anything? I said, that means it's past your bedtime.
Oh. There you go.
Cows, pasture.
Yeah. Past your bedtime. Yeah, little on the meh.
That's the joy of dad jokes. Some are just so cringeworthy.
They're pretty bad.
Moving on, speaking of dad jokes, user 1N23456 says, my wife found out I was cheating on her after she found all the letters I was hiding. She got mad and said she's never playing Scrabble with me again.
How about no?
Scrabble, letters. Maybe she was using that special app for Words with Friends where, it gives you hints so that you can cheat.
Oh, yeah, the cheating with friends, yeah. Because there's no way, like, some people come up with the most ridiculous words, and it's like, there's no way you came up with that.
And there's no way it's fair, the whole point of Words with Friends is just to try and outdo your opponent. But either way, I digress. Moving on with dad jokes, the new batch. This from Poruchagupto.
Poruchagupto. Names are hard today. Not words so much as names, because I had trouble in the last segment with names.
Pretty sure I screwed that one up. His joke, I wrote down the names of all the people I hate on a piece of paper, but my roommate used it to roll up a joint. Now he's high on the list of people I never want to talk to again.
Nah.
I thought that was pretty good wordplay myself. All right, let's keep moving on, talking dad jokes, the new batch. This from JBiff09. Their joke, I broke up with my girlfriend of 5 years because I found out she was a communist. I should have known. There were red flags everywhere.
No. Okay. That one's good. That was a good one.
If that solicits a response from you, Tone, I know it landed well.
That was good. Yeah. I understood that one. Got it. Made sense.
This next one, I already know what your response is going to be, but I got to do it anyway. Give them all a fair shake. From user Devil420, the dad joke. What has 5 toes but isn't your foot? My foot.
My name is Jeff.
That's just a lazy version of what has 2 thumbs and is excited about the avalanche. This
guy. Yeah, and I hate that. So lame. This guy. Cool.
Here's one that's just full of good wordplay. Talking dad jokes, the new batch. User Alabama Mayan submitted this joke, says, I caught my son chewing on electrical cords, so I had to ground him. He's doing better currently and now conducting himself properly.
Very well on the wordplay, so I'll give him a...
Good job.
Wasn't funny, but good wordplay on that.
Yeah. It had multiple levels of wordplay. You know, most of these you get just one. This one had 3 of them. So,
ooh.
All right. Dad jokes, the new batch. This from Aziers. Their joke, how do you get a farm girl to marry you? First a tractor.
That was okay. What bad?
A little chuckle.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right, let's keep moving on. Dad jokes, the new batch. Hopefully you guys listening can put a couple of these in your back pocket and bust them out when you need to. But
bust it!
This from user Mad as a Hatter. Their joke, we just bought our new dream house, and as I was showing our daughter around for the first time, she asked excitedly, what's upstairs? I chuckled and replied, aw, sweetie, stairs don't talk.
Oh.
What's up?
I got you. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yowie, wowie.
That was okay.
I didn't care for that one.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling on. Dad jokes. The new batch from Honolulu, Oahu Mod says, I built a model of Mount Everest, and my son asked, is it to scale? I replied, no, it's to look at.
Give that a Griffin laugh.
Little mountain climbing joke there. I like it. All right, rolling on. Dad jokes. The new batch from the same name I couldn't pronounce before, so I'm not going to try again. The joke, my wife said, you really have no sense of direction, do you? I said, where did that come from?
Ugh.
Since when did you become the physical type?
All right, let's see. Let's round this out with something that's at least...
It's kind of funny, right?
Something...
Like, I get them. Dad jokes are kind of actually dumb.
Oh, boy, these are really bad. All right, we'll try this one out. Dad
All
jokes,
right.
again from the same person. The joke, I sat down for dinner at a restaurant and the waiter asked me, do you want to hear today's special? I said, yes, please. So he replied, no problem, sir. Today is special.
Wow.
Hey, God!
I agree. Go out
Yeah,
on
that. Yeah. That's okay. You know, dad jokes for a reason, right?
Exactly.
Bad dad jokes.
We tried. So, in any case, folks, we are headed into our break, headed into our final segment, which means it's time for This Day in History. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys in a few.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. We've made it to the final segment of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. If you missed a portion of the show, you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god? That's hilarious! Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you for your patronage. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think. And tell your friends, because why, Tony?
Sharing is caring. Like, subscribe, put it on your Facebook page, tell a friend, spread it around.
Spread the love, just like the reporter at the beginning of the
Spread it. Yeah. Go deep with it.
Well, folks, as we do at the end of each show, we like to drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Traversing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, kicking things off this day in 1539, Hernando de Soto claims Florida for Spain. Tony? Another Florida connection on this Thursday. Hernando de Soto was the original Florida man, I guess.
And this is my land. This is Spain's land. This is Spain. Need a passport. This is my land.
Moving on, a year later, this day in 1540. Boy, this guy's busy. Hernando de Soto crosses the Appalachian Mountains, the first European to do so. You know,
this is also Spain. They shall not pass. This is
He's just going around planting Spanish flags and everything he sees, right?
God, I hope the next story is about this guy. It's not, but it would have been cool.
All right, this day, Hernando... No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Moving on, this day in 1871, Jesse James and his gang robs Obocock Bank of $15,000. And by today's standards, that would be what, like $47 million?
Yeah, exactly. I just want you all to know, this is Spain! I'm robbing your Obocock. Obocock.
Obocock.
Obocock.
That's what it is.
Starring Obocock versus RoboCop and featuring Jesse James, the outlaw Spaniard.
The original Ocean's 11.
Wow.
Let's keep rolling on. This day in 1932. Major League Baseball's Lou Gehrig is the first to hit 4 consecutive home runs. The Yanks beat the A's 20-13. When was the last time you saw a game with that high of a score?
A couple weeks ago, about a month ago. It was, I forgot what team it was, but they beat like the Pirates 20-1 or something like that.
Wow.
It was pretty bad. It was like a month or two ago. I don't remember the exact teams, but that's you don't see that too often. 20-13 just means nobody's playing a lot of defense in that game, right?
Exactly. Well, and that's, it should be better for hitters in the league anyway. It would certainly make it more exciting for fans. You know, we've said in the past that this whole bullpen no-hitter streak, it's just boring baseball to watch.
Yeah, well, you know what they did with the overtime rules now this year, right?
I don't.
Nah, I think they started it last season, but they incorporated this year. So instead of going like a bunch of extra innings, when they go to the extra innings now, they automatically place a runner on second. Whoever the last batter is, goes on second, or they could pick a runner. I'm not exactly sure how that goes, but it at least tries to speed that up. So
perfect. I love to see baseball games where it's a 15-inning game at a 0-0 tie.
There you go.
Snooze.
No, and it never happens. That's the thing. There's no ties in baseball. There's always a winner eventually. So.
Yep. All right, let's keep moving on. This day in 1943, the Zoot Riots, a mob of 60 from the Los Angeles Naval Reserve Armory, beat up everyone perceived to be Hispanic, starting the week-long Zoot Riots. I thought that was just a terrible song from the Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't realize it was that.
I didn't either.
Pass me a bottle of beer. This is Spaniard. I am claiming it here. Dee.
Let's keep moving on. This day in 1962, Lee Harvey Oswald arrives by train in Oldenzaal, Netherlands. Now, he was the one that was pinned with JFK's assassination, right?
Yeah, he's the original Winter Soldier.
Fatality.
I'm Lee Harvey Oswald, and I'm going to take you out. Also, did I mention, this is Spain?
Moving on, this day in 1964, Ringo Starr collapses from tonsillitis and pharyngitis. I don't know what pharyngitis is, but tonsillitis, I'm not sure it should have gotten that.
Hello, this is Ringo. I have tonsillitis and pharyngitis, and I've collapsed. Hello.
Not even a British twinge to that whatsoever.
Not even a little. Just a little, just because the tonsillitis.
Well, let's keep moving on. This day in 1967, Aretha Franklin's cover of the Otis Redding song Respect reaches #1.
Damn, I thought that was her original.
Well, the funny thing is, and when I went to the movies this weekend, the biopic of her that's coming out starring Jennifer Hudson, they make it seem like she and her roommates were the ones who wrote it. It's not. It was an Otis Redding song.
I didn't know that.
Liberties. Yep.
Yeah, well, she did great with it. That's for damn sure.
That she did. Keep rolling on. This day in 1968, American radical feminist Valerie Solanas attempts to assassinate Andy Warhol by shooting him 3 times. She's later diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia and pleads guilty to reckless assault with intent to harm, serving a 3-year sentence. I wonder if she was just really upset about his portrayal of Campbell soup cans.
Probably. That's crazy. I didn't know that happened. That's nuts.
I didn't either. But that's what this segment is all about. Help you guys learn something.
This day in history, yeah, you learn some stuff here.
Yep. Speaking of which, this day in 1976, the U.S. presented with the oldest known copy of the Magna Carta, which of course was Rome's defining constitution and obviously helped create our Constitution. So it makes sense that we were presented with one that helps shape the way we are in government today.
Cool. This is Spain.
Moving on, this day in 1980, New York Mets draft Darryl Strawberry, #1. I'm sure he went out and bought a pound of Coke to celebrate.
Yeah, he did. Darryl. No, they like it when they say that. Okay, Darryl.
This day in 1985, Larry King Live debuts on CNN, airing each weeknight through December 2010. Boy, that was a long run for him to yell at people.
Yeah, with suspenders and his big-ass microphone.
You're on the
Yeah.
This day in 1988, Big, a film directed by Penny Marshall starring Tom Hanks, premieres in the U.S. What
Fantastic
a great movie.
Yep, still holds up well today. Great movie.
It really does. All right, this day in 1989, sportscasting legend Vin Scully broadcasts 23 innings in 2 different cities on one day. And what they don't say is that was all from the same game, and it was a 0-0 tie until the inning.
Jeez Louise.
I don't know for sure. All
It's
right.
crazy.
This day in 2001, the TV drama 6 Feet Under, created by Alan Ball, starring Peter Krause, Michael C. Hall, and Francis Conroy, premieres on HBO. Was that a show you got into much, Tone?
No, never actually watched it, but it had Dexter in it before he was Dexter.
It did. It did. All right, this day in 2013, Lorde releases her debut single, Royals. It's the Grammy Song of the Year for 2014. And since then, she's kind of disappeared. She
was a one-hit wonder. Yeah. I remember that song was everywhere for a while.
It really was. And I think people finally realized that she couldn't really sing. And so
they're like, yeah, you just don't want to be Royals. Royals!
And then finally, this day in history, this day in 2017, the Amazing World of Dr. Seuss Museum opens in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yep. And in further notes, it's offensive and it got tore down. I don't think that's true, but good for Dr. Seuss. I didn't know that's what he really looked like.
Yeah. It's, what is his real name? Siegel?
I'm just going to be Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, whatever it is. Well, folks,
Seuss money.
Before we head out for the day, let's run down some of today's holidays, shall we? Where we talk about the things that we like to celebrate. For instance, Tony, get ready. It's Chimborazo Day.
Chimborazo! I'm partying it up, baby! I don't know what it is, but it's an excuse to party.
Speaking of silly words, it's also Corpus Christi Day, which means
all right.
Christ. Today is Impersonate Authority Day. Pretty sure that is
I would advise not doing that.
Yeah, federal
I like turtles.
Yeah.
Today is Love Conquers All Day. Okay.
Yeah. Love conquers every day.
Exactly. It is National Egg Day. Okay.
Yep, I'm going to throw an egg at somebody.
It is National Moonshine Day. All right.
I might just drop my trousers and show the moon.
It is National Chocolate Macaroon Day. Another one I can certainly get behind. It is National Itch Day, which, again, I'm not sure we quite want to celebrate, especially depending on where
It's Itch Day. Let me scratch ya.
It is World Clubfoot Day. All right. And it is National Repeat Day. Again, that is National Repeat Day.
Repeat Day. This is Spain.
That does it for today's show. We will be back tomorrow on a Friday with good news, everyone. Enjoy your Thursday, everyone.
Peace. Go Nuggets tonight.